Hello, my learners. Welcome back to your own English Spark, where you learn English slowly, clearly, and confidently. I am Sarah. Today we will learn something very important. Do you struggle to understand fastly spoken English? Can't understand English when native people speak? Do you want to understand every sentence, every word, and every idea? Guess what? You are not alone. Today, I will teach you how to listen actively. Here are only 5 tips, not too many. Just 5 tricks and techniques will make you a confident and active English listener. Sometimes listening to someone is hard. Especially listening to native speakers is hard. They talk fast. They use difficult words. Sometimes they speak unclearly. So, be ready. Find a quiet seat, get comfortable, and be relaxed, and let's begin. Today we will learn active listening tips. You will become an active English listener. You will listen. You will repeat. You will shadow. And you will learn with me. So, what does active listening mean? It means you don't just hear English. You try to understand the speakers. You stay focused. You listen actively when people speak. There are many sounds, many words. But active listening doesn't mean to catch every word, every sound. It actually means listening with a motive, with a purpose. You are trying to understand the message, not just the sounds and words. Sometimes we listen passively. We let the speaker talk, but we catch nothing. Maybe we are tired. Maybe we are thinking about others' things. Maybe we are thinking about lunch or our friends. But active listening is something different. When you listen actively, you are not thinking about other things. You are thinking about the words the speaker talk. You are trying to connect the words you want to know. What does that words mean? What is the main idea? When you are using your brain, not only your ears, it is very important to learn English. When you actively listen, your brain learns faster. You connect words to their meanings. You connect sounds to understanding. So, active listening is about focus. It's about understating while listening. It's about understanding the concepts, not just words. When you listen in this way, you will improve your English. Over the time, listening will become easier and more enjoyable. Now, let's discuss how you can become a better active listener, step by step. Let's start with first technique to become a better active listener. That is, predict before you listen. So, what does predict mean? It means to guess before something happens. When we say predict before you listen, means try to guess what the speaker will say before start listening. Why is it helpful? Because it makes your brain ready. It helps your brain to think about possible words, possible ideas, possible concepts. Then, when the speaker talks, your brain works faster. It can understand the words more easily. Let's take an example. Suppose you listen to a podcast about cooking. Before you click on play button, you can think, will they talk about meals? Will they discuss about tastes like spicy, sweet, or bitter? When you think like this, your brain becomes more active. You already have ideas in your brain. When you hear those ideas, you understand them faster. Even if your thinking is not 100% right, that's okay. The important thing is your brain is getting ready to accept new things, new words, new ideas. When you predict before listening, your brain works faster and understands better. Before you listen, stop for a while and ask yourself, what is this about? What will I hear? This smart step makes a big difference. Now come to the technique number 2. Listen for main concept, not every word. Many learners make the same mistake. They try to catch every single word. But you don't need to understand every word to understand what someone is saying. When native speakers talk, they often use new words, idioms, or proverbs. And not knowing every word is okay. You don't need to take pause and check dictionary every time. Instead, focus on the main idea, main concept. Try to understand the big picture. Let's take an example. Someone says, I couldn't make it to the meeting because I was feeling under the weather. Maybe you don't know the word under the weather. That's okay. You know, first, he didn't go to meeting. Second, he was feeling something. Third, that caused a problem. Maybe he is feeling not good. Maybe he is sick. Yes. He is ill, so he can't attend the meeting. You caught the main message without knowing all words in the sentence. Here is another sentence. The flight ran into some unexpected delay at the airport, but it finally made it into London yesterday. Maybe words like unexpected delay are new to you, but you can listen important part. First, something happened at the airport. Second, it caused a problem. Third, but flight reached London at the end. Yes, you caught right. The sentence, it means flight was late, but it finally reached London. That's the main idea. That's enough. If you understand the main idea, you are getting better. After some time, your understanding will grow more. You will become familiar to more words. Your brain will get the main idea faster. So next time, if you listen the new words, don't get worried. Just focus on the main message. That is the goal. That's the good learners do. Now come to the technique number 3. Listen more than once. This is the main thing many listeners forget to do, but it is very powerful. Hear more than once. Listen more than once. Listen 2 times, 3 times, and even more. Because when you listen first time, your brain just catches the sound. It is getting used to the speaker's voice, the accent, the speed. Maybe you understand little, maybe just a few words. That's enough. But second time, your brain already knows what's coming. Now your brain is ready. Now you listen more, you catch more words, you hear rhythm, you understand more. You focus on the way the speaker connects the words together. Sometime you might notice something small, a word you missed before, a feeling in speaker's voice, a funny expression. This is how active listening happens, little by little, step by step. Here is an example. Think about music. When you hear a song again and again, you start singing along. You catch the words, you feel the song. It's the same with English. So you don't worry if you don't understand everything the first time. That's normal. That's natural. Good listeners listen more. Then once they repeat the audio, they pause, they listen again. You can do this too. Start from my podcast, listen it once, then again, then again. Each time you understand more, each time your brain becomes stronger, each time your confidence grows more. Remember, one time listening is not enough. 2 or 3 times is much better. Let's move towards technique number 4. Use context to understand main situation. What does context mean? Context means the other words around the main word, the story, or the message in the sentence. When you don't know a word, even you can look at the words before and after it. You can also focus on what is happening in this conversation. What is the speaker talking about? Let me show you how this technique is useful. Here is the sentence. I was exhausted, so I went to bed early. So think, he went to bed early. Maybe she was very, very tired. Aha, that's right. Exhaust means extremely tired. You understood the word, even if you didn't know it before. You use the context of the word to guess the main situation. Let's take another one. We canceled our hiking plan because downpour started. Maybe you are hearing the word downpour first time. But you know it's a hiking plan. They had to cancel it. Maybe downpour means heavy rain. You didn't need a dictionary. You just needed to understand the situation. Think about the context. Think about the story. That's how native speakers do it too. Now discuss our last technique number 5. Don't be multitasking. Stay focused. Now, what is multitasking? Multitasking means try to do many things at the same time. Let me give you an example. You are listening English while scrolling your phone, watching a video while cooking, playing English audio while writing something. This may look good. You want to save time and do 2 or things at the same time. But my dear, it's not good. Multitasking doesn't work well for learning. So what should you do? Just try to create a short English time every day, even just 15 to 20 minutes. Do only one thing in that time. Listen carefully with focus. No phone, no talking, no distractions, just listening and listening. When your brain is focused, you learn faster, you understand better, you enjoy the process. Give your time, your focus each day, even for a few minutes. It makes a big difference. So remember, don't be multitasking. Stay focused. That's how good learners learn. And thank you for joining me today. Thank you for listening. If you liked today's episode, come back again, subscribe, like, share my video, and hit the bell icon. Keep learning, keep believing yourself, and stay connected. Which technique do you like the most? Tell me in the comments.